What if the person smiling beside you in your vacation photos was the same person who knew you wouldn't make it home? In the summer of 2021, millions watched a young woman vanish in real time. But the question still lingers. Did we miss the warning signs because we wanted a happy ending? This isn't just the story of Gabby Petito. It's the story of how a missing persons case became a global obsession, how social media helped and possibly failed, how police encounters raised haunting questions, and how one man disappeared before the truth could fully surface. Because what investigators uncovered next would change how missing persons cases are handled forever. Gabrielle, or Gabby Petito, was 22 years old, adventurous, creative, soft-spoken. To the world, she was living the dream, traveling across America in a white van with her fiancé, documenting sunsets, national parks, and young love on social media. But behind the carefully framed photos, there was tension, arguments, tears, control. Friends later described Gabby as anxious, eager to please, afraid of conflict. Brian Laundrie, her fiancé, appeared calm, quiet, almost unreadable. And that imbalance would soon become impossible to ignore. But the most chilling clue came before she vanished. On August 12, 2021, police in Moab, Utah pulled over Gabby and Brian after a 911 caller reported a domestic dispute. The body cam footage would later shock the world. Gabby was crying, shaking, apologizing. Brian was calm, collected, smiling. Officers labeled Gabby the aggressor. No charges were filed. They were separated for the night, then allowed to continue their journey. Many now ask, was this the moment everything could have changed? Because days later, Gabby Petito stopped responding, and the silence was deafening. By early September, Gabby was officially reported missing, and something unprecedented happened. The internet mobilized. TikTok creators analyzed footage, Reddit users tracked timelines, YouTubers scoured national park videos. Then, a breakthrough. A travel vlogger unknowingly captured Gabby's van parked in Grand Teton National Park. That single clip narrowed the search. It proved one thing beyond doubt. Gabby had been there. But Brian Laundrie had already returned home, alone, and he wasn't talking. As the nation demanded answers, Brian Laundrie vanished. Not arrested, not charged, just gone. For weeks, law enforcement searched swamps and trails while Gabby's family waited. Then, on September 19, 2021, Gabby's body was found. The cause of death, manual strangulation. The timeline was clear. The truth was devastating. But the story was far from over, because the suspect would never stand trial. If stories like this matter to you, stories that challenge systems, spotlight victims, and ask the questions others avoid, this is Casefile Commentary TV. Consider subscribing, because what comes next is even more disturbing. Weeks later, Brian Laundrie's remains were discovered in a Florida nature reserve, alongside a notebook. Inside, investigators found a confession. Brian admitted to killing Gabby. He claimed it was mercy. The world rejected that narrative. There would be no cross-examination, no courtroom, no justice in the traditional sense, only unanswered questions. The Gabby Petito case wasn't just a tragedy. It exposed how abuse can hide in plain sight, how calm voices are often believed over trembling ones, how social media can both help and distort. It forced law enforcement to rethink domestic violence protocols. It empowered thousands to recognize red flags in their own lives. But it also left us with a haunting realization. Sometimes the loudest warning signs come wrapped in smiles. Gabby Petito wanted to show the world beauty. Instead, her story revealed something darker, a about relationships, perception, and the cost of silence. And the most unsettling question remains: if this happened in front of millions, how many stories like Gabby's go unseen? This is Casefile Commentary TV, and this is a case the world will never forget.